All right, so EIDL. You've applied, you've not heard back, and you're wondering, where is my $10,000? This video is here to explain to you what's going on. You have been misled. Sit back and think, wait a second, what does he say? Yeah, you've been misled. You have been misled because the whole process of EIDL is not what you think. And this video here is to explain what is going on. Basically, let's back up to the very beginning of the EIDL process. Somewhere in late March or early April, you applied for an EIDL grant. You went through a series of a few pages on a website. The website indicated to you from the SBA that you would be getting $10,000 for your business within 3 days of processing your application. I mean, that's what the SBA website said. It said within 3 days, you would be getting $10,000 in a bank account you provided for your business. And you believed it. Well, congratulations, they were not telling you the truth. This video is here to tell you that you were not told the truth. It's the federal government. They did not inform you a series of things that were not accurate. And this video will explain to you what you should expect, when you should get your money, what you should expect along the process, and what is going on. So let's back up to the very beginning. This video is not going to question the way in which you applied. It's going to assume that you submitted everything in a way that is accurate. So at the very beginning, you submitted a EIDL application. You got an application number. You, at the end of the application process on the last page, clicked a button. You clicked a button that said, I want to qualify for a $10,000 grant. Congrats, you clicked the right button. It also said you're going to get money within 3 days. Here's the bad news. The bad news is that if you applied in early April, you can expect your money as late as June. Yeah, it is disconcerting. You need this money. You need this money to operate your business, and you could be getting the EIDL grant as late as June. You could be getting your EIDL money in May, but if you applied for an EIDL grant in early April, expect your money in May. If you applied in mid-April for an EIDL grant, expect your money in June. How backed up are they? They're incredibly backed up. They are not prepared to write this many EIDL grants this fast. So what should you do? You could always call SBA. Of everything in this entire process in the CARES Act, SBA answers the phone very quickly. And I will say this one thing to you. Don't just call once. Call multiple times. Because it depends on who you speak to. Here's a tidbit. When you call SBA, if this is true, don't say if it's false. If it's true, and it's been several weeks. It's been at least 4 weeks since you applied for your EIDL grant. Tell them that. Tell them it has been, whatever, so many weeks since you applied for EIDL grant. You will get forwarded to another department that'll look at your file in a different way on the telephone. They're not going to work on the file, but they will look at the file in a different way. And when they look at the file, they will say to you, perhaps, more information that's even in this video. But what does this video inform you about? It informs you about two things. One, when and how much. When and how much. First, when. If you applied in early April for an EIDL grant, don't expect that money to come until late May, at least May, or maybe June. The claim by SBA in the EIDL process that you will get funded within 3 days is untrue. It is simply untrue. And I'm sorry to say this to you, but it's inaccurate. The SBA website where it says you will get funding within 3 days is inaccurate. No one, repeat, no one is getting funded within 3 days. They're waiting weeks, if not 3 months, not 3 days, 3 months to get funded under EIDL. Second question, how much? How much am I going to get under EIDL? You applied, it said $10,000. It said $10,000. You asked for $10,000. Where's the $10,000? Be prepared to receive, are you ready for this? $1,000. During the process of the EIDL review, they will determine how much money you should get. And based upon the number of employees that you submitted during the application process, they will write accordingly. So, what does that mean? LLA has spoken to people who have applied through EIDL process. They had 2 employees, 3 employees. They were husband and wife. They said during the process, 2 of them, they get $10,000. They got $1,000. $1,000. How is that possible? It's possible because while the website says you will get $10,000, it is inaccurate. You will get a certain amount of money based upon the number of employees you represent during the EIDL process. Yeah. It's a hard spoon to swallow. Lastly, self-authenticating. If you remember, during the EIDL process, during the application, it said whatever you're submitting is a self-authenticating application. You know what that means. I don't have to say it to you, but I'll repeat it here. Self-authenticating means what you're submitting is accurate. We are not going to check back on you. We are believing it to be true. Self-authenticating. Guess what? It's not self-authenticating. SBA is authenticating everything you're submitting. It's not self-authenticating. SBA's website says that what you are submitting to them for EIDL is self-authenticating. But during the application process, they will authenticate what you have submitted. How are they authenticated? They might send you an email. They may call you on the phone. They may ask you to submit more information. It is all over the place. It is all over the place. There have been YouTube videos, there have been tweets, there have been everything where people have been treated in a whole different universe. Some people have been told to write a letter or an email. Other people have been told to submit information. Other people have been told to upload documents. It's everything and everything. It's a smorgasbord of requests. The bottom line is, it's not self-authenticating. EIDL is not a self-authenticating process. So what should you take from this video? 1, the money you requested if you applied in early April, may not come until May or June. Be patient. Second, call SBA at any time. Get your confirmation code number ready. Call them up. And whatever one person tells you, call a few days later or call the next day and ask for and speak to another person. They may tell you more. They are a very accommodating call center. Unlike everything else in this Care Act, they are very accommodating. They are very ingratiating and very, very nice. They will answer your questions. They will provide you more information than anyone else. Third, the amount you requested may not be $10,000. It may be reduced to as little as $1,000 based upon what you requested. Next, it's not self-authenticating. They may ask you to provide information to support your claims that you submitted in the application process. The good news with everything that's been described in this video is that you will eventually get money. SBA repeats that whenever you call them on the phone. If you give them your confirmation number, they always repeat to you, stay patient. You will receive the money. And the other thing about that is that it's a grant. It's not a loan. It is a grant. So with that, be patient, call them up, save the number, call them again, save the number, and call them again. They are here, they're accommodating, and they will answer your questions. But don't expect the money. Don't expect $10,000 to arrive in your bank account in the next 24 hours. It's just not happening. It's a process that's very slow, but you will get a grant. Subscribe to this video. We are describing and informing you about everything in the process. We are informing you about everything you need to know, whether it's PPUL, PPL, EIDL, SBA loan, stimulus check, proposed stimulus check there is this proposed stimulus check that sends you a check every 6 months, $2,000. We're informing you what you need to know that's current, proposed, and on the horizon. We're here to help you.